If you want to compose video game music, but you keep telling yourself, work is insane right now, I'll start when things calm down, or once I'm done with this project, semester, promotion, then I'll have time. Or look, when life is less stressful, then I'll be able to take music seriously. I'm gonna be blunt. That story is quietly killing your music dreams. Not because you're being lazy, I would never call you that, but because you're believing in a calendar fantasy that never comes true. In this video, I'm gonna show you 4 things. Number 1, why more free time almost never appears. Number 2, the actual bottleneck that's stopping you from composing music. Number 3, a simple system for making progress with the life you already have. And number 4, if you want help, the most logical next step so you can stop losing years waiting. All right, so first let's talk about the myth of future free time. Here's the pattern. You have a job, maybe school, maybe family, maybe you game a lot. You feel drained, so music becomes optional. You tell yourself, I'll go all in later when I have more time, when I have more energy. But look at your life honestly. Every time something ends, something else takes its place. College ends, job begins. One project ends, another starts. Single life ends, relationship, kids, more responsibility. Your calendar is like RAM, memory on your computer. The second you free some up, new programs can just get loaded in, and oftentimes do. So the future with more free time is actually a hallucination. If your plan to be a serious composer relies on magically empty weeks arriving one day on your calendar, you don't have a plan, you have a fantasy. So look, the real bottleneck isn't time. You already know this is true because you somehow find hours to scroll, game, or watch shows. You somehow make it to work on time, and you somehow show up for things that feel non-negotiable. So the problem isn't no time exists. The problem is where music lives in your brain's hierarchy. Right now, work and bills is your main quest. Gaming, YouTube, and random stuff is a side quest, and music is an optional bonus quest if all else is perfect and you're in full-on completionist mode. And since all those other things is never perfect, music gets pushed down till later forever. You don't need a different life. You need to make music not an optional side quest, but a small and sacred part of the main quest. So here's the math of waiting versus starting. Scenario number 1, I'll start when I have time. You have 3 years for life to calm down. You wait those 3 years, and magically, 0 minutes composed times 3 years equals 0 tracks. 0 improvement, 0 feedback, 0 network, 0 portfolio results in 0 progress, and you have 0 to show for it. Scenario number 2, I'll do 1 hour of music a day, even if it's messy. Okay, 1 hour a day times 5 days a week times, let's say, 52 weeks, that's like well over 200 hours a year. In 3 years, you're looking at about 600 hours, if not more. You know what 600 hours of focused music time does for your skills if you're actually finishing tracks? That's gonna be like, depends on how fast you work, but that could be between 20 to 40 completely finished tracks. Maybe more if you work faster. A huge level of comfort inside your digital audio workstation, and real confidence from shipping and hearing yourself getting better over time. So wait until later versus start small now isn't about patience. It's about choosing between 0 hours versus 600 hours, 0 tracks versus dozens of tracks, and 0 shots on goal versus dozens of shots on goal to get your music into games. One path keeps your dream emotionally alive but practically dead. The other feels small in the moment and completely transforms you over time. So here's how waiting damages your identity. There's another cost that you might not be counting. Every time you say, I'll start when I have time, and then you don't, you quietly teach your brain that when you say music matters, that you're lying. You build evidence for yourself that you don't keep small promises to yourself, and that you're the kind of person who quits and never quite starts. You also teach yourself that your dream is negotiable, meaning you can negotiate, maybe I get to my dream, maybe I don't. Multiply that over 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you don't just lose time, you lose trust in yourself. Now, if we flip it, every time you sit down for 30 to 60 minutes, even when you're tired, even when it's messy, even if you don't feel inspired, you build the opposite identity. When I say I'm a composer, my time, my calendar, and my actions prove it. Confidence doesn't come from affirmations. Well, I can, but it doesn't stay around for too long. It comes from a stack of proof that you can do what you will say that you will do. Now, you don't need a monk schedule, right? You don't need to be like living by yourself, only composing. It helps, but you don't need to do that. You need a minimum viable music system. Here's a simple one that you can start doing today. Step number 1, define your minimum weekly commitment, not your fantasy, not your bare minimum. Example would sound like 60 minutes a day, 3 days a week, or 3 one-hour blocks carefully put in my week where I know I'm always going to be able to hit them. Write it down. If you can't commit to that, lower it until it's undeniable. Step number 2, put it on the calendar and show up like it is your job. You'll never find time. You make time. Pick exact days and exact times and treat them like a shift at work or an appointment with someone you respect. If a friend asked you for a ride to the airport, you'd plan around it. You'd be early. Your music deserves at least that level of respect. Step number 3, pre-decide what each block is for. Decision fatigue kills sessions. At the start of every week, I like to do this on Sunday. Figure out inside your 1-hour music blocks what you're going to spend time on, and then you just show up and spend time on that. That might look like Tuesday for 1 hour, I'm going to build out an entire track. Wednesday for 1 hour, I'm going to learn more skills on mixing. Thursday, I'm going to build out an entire track. Friday, I'm going to build out an entire track in 1 hour. Even if it isn't the best thing because I only spent an hour on it. Then when you sit down, you're not asking what should I do next. You're just executing the plan you already made. And it does not need to be a perfect plan. You just need to be taking action. If you're directionally correct, you will figure out and improve how to optimize what you're spending your time on, if you think about it hard. Now, you can also join a program where people actually show you what to spend your time on. So every single second of your time is optimized and you're getting the highest, best use and highest, best return of your time for every second you're spending on music. And if you want to join a program like that, I've got one. It's called the Gamer Music Creator Guild, and you can apply and find out more in the video description. There'll be a link there. All right, so step number 4. Use a win condition that is under your control. Your goal is not write something amazing. Your goal is show up and write something. So here's some win condition examples. Today is a win if I work on music for 60 minutes. Today is a win if I sit down in the DAW and I'm in the DAW for 60 minutes, not doing other things. That sounds tiny, but tiny actions compound. 0 actions don't. So let's talk about your options logically. From here, as far as I see it, you've got 3 paths. Path number 1, do nothing. Keep waiting for more time to magically appear. Keep telling yourself that you'll start later. In 2 to 5 years, you'll be roughly where you're at now, maybe a bit better. If that's the path you want, you don't need this video. See you in 5 years when you decide you want to get better. All right, now, path number 2, do it yourself with this framework. You take what I just gave you, and you set your bare minimum of weekly hours, you block the time on your calendar, you pre-plan your sessions, and then you finish tracks. This will move you forward if you actually do it. The downside, you're alone, you'll guess your way through skills, you'll make avoidable mistakes. When you hit walls, it's easy to slide back into I'll try again when I have time. It's like trying to beat a hard game blindfolded with no guide. Possible, but you're adding unnecessary difficulty in my experience and in my opinion. That's step number 3, get a system, a coach, and a party of people on the same quest. If you know that you want to write and release professional quality music, build a real portfolio, get your music into video games and do it while you still have a job, a life, and everything else going on, then it is logically smarter to plug into a system built exactly for that. And that's what we do in the Gamer Music Creator Guild. It's not a watch some videos and hope course. It's a step-by-step roadmap from no finished tracks to release-ready OST pieces that can go straight into a game. Weekly structure so that you always know exactly what to work on for your amount of time that you have, and coaches and community so you're not guessing and alone. Accountability so that I'll do it when I have time stops being an option. And if you're working a job, gaming, have a life, and you still want to take music seriously, the whole thing is designed for your exact constraint, limited time, and big dream. So ask yourself, if you want to stay on the current path, where will you be 12 months from now? If you follow DIY system, where could you be? And if you follow a proven system with support, how much faster could you get there? Whichever answer feels the best to you, do that. All right, so here's what you do next. Your immediate next step, no matter which path you choose, is pick your minimum weekly commitment. 30 minutes, five times a week, or 60 minutes, 7 times a week, decide now. Open your calendar, block it off for the next 7 days with repeating calendar events so you don't have to go in and re-block it out every week. Decide what you're going to spend the rest of the blocks for this week on, and then schedule a 15-minute decider session for Sunday or Monday morning where you're going to decide, or Friday if that works better for you, for the next week, what you're going to spend your time on. Decide what your next finished piece will be and go after that one piece. Now, if you want the full system and support, there's a free training linked in the description that walks you through how the Gamer Music Creator Guild helps busy gamers and professionals ship real game music without waiting for life to magically calm down. Watch it. If it clicks, you're serious. There'll be a thing on the next page where you can book a call with someone from my team. If not, take the free system from this video and run with that at the very least. So in closing, more free time is not coming to save you. Life will stay full. Work will stay busy. New responsibilities will keep spawning. The only variable that changes is who you become inside that reality. You can either keep music as a secondary side quest or promote it to the main quest status in the limited time you have. One leads to regret. One leads to a future where your tracks are in real games and you can say, yeah, I did that while working a job and living a normal life. Not because it was easy, but because you stopped waiting for perfect conditions and started using the ones you actually had. So, close this video, open your calendar, schedule your next sessions on the calendar. If you want help, get the training for the Gamer Music Creator Guild and apply. Your dream doesn't die when life gets busy. It dies when you keep telling it later. Stop waiting for free time. Start with what you've got today.